Welcome, everyone, to Mastermind Seminars Live. We would like to welcome those who are in our location here today, as well as all those who are participating via video streaming at our satellite locations all around the world. We'll be introducing our event today and then turning it over to the very capable hands of some amazing presenters who have graciously given of their time and their amazing talents to share their insights into things which will change our lives as well as our businesses. The main question we want you to ask yourself is, why am I here? Is that a valid question to ask? Yeah. Why am I here? Maybe it's making money. Maybe it's saving more time. Maybe it's addressing my biggest challenge. Maybe it's working on my life vision. Whatever it is, we are here to help you do it. And the way it's going to happen is that you're going to get excited and you'll have the great temptation to do absolutely nothing about it because you are going to feel fantastic when you leave. You really will. I guarantee it. The way it's going to turn into money for you, and the question you have to ask yourself is, how can I turn what I learned today into money for me and my business? Well, it's going to be mind-numbing discipline in two key areas, in only two. One is intellectual, showing up or being on the live stream absolutely every single month. Once a month, that's it. Once a month, and then the implementation or the application is once a week. We have mastermind groups that meet on the phone in 30-minute segments that will absolutely change your life. Or meet live with a coffee connection weekly, and you have to have at least two buddies, two partners from today who participate with you today where you hold one another accountable. You have to do it. You have to do both to make it happen, to achieve what you set out today to achieve. To ensure each participant has rock-solid follow-through, we have a system for that. Go to www.mastermind-seminars.org/register. That's www.mastermind-seminars.org/register, and we will assist you in having strong follow-through with what you learn. Does everyone have what we call the fourfold? The fourfold has 14 different panels which you will be able to visually see and take home with you. On panel 6, please write down your biggest challenge, and then as you work through today, write down any ideas you have for solutions. Do not leave here today without having very specific solutions you will commit to do over the next 30 days with at least two other buddies from today's event. So, the topic today, and we have 12 topics every single year, panel 5 on the fourfold, are the same topics each and every year. Your MC or host will share with you the specific topic for today. With each topic, each month, at this event, we have 7 segments. Segment 1 is speed networking, which will be done at each individual location. You'll share your name, your company, your organization, what you would like to accomplish today, your biggest challenge, and your elevator speech. Everyone will break up into groups of 4 individuals, and each person will have 3 minutes to share these 5 things with others in the group. Once everyone has shared, then you will form new groups and do the same thing again. You keep doing this until your MC or host shares it's time to do something else. Segment 2 will be wins and biggest challenges, which is panel 6 on the fourfold. And the MC or host for each location will take 10 minutes to have local groups share their wins from last month's event and or your biggest challenges. Segments 3, 4, and 5 are the 3 elements to the BOS, the Business Operating System, which is panel 7, 8, and 9 of the fourfold. The BOS, Business Operating System, is the engine that runs our business. We earn the money we earn, work the hours we work, we have the stress we do or do not have due to our BOS. And the first element to our BOS, our engine, is the DNA for people, or personality masteries. The second segment is DNA for business, and the third segment is DNA for life. Segment 3, panel 10 on the fourfold, the DNA for people, is personality masteries. We can learn how to identify someone's personality in 15 seconds, and once we know someone's personality, we know their strengths, their weaknesses, what they like, don't like, why they will or won't work with us. We even know if they are married, probably the type of person they're married to, the strengths and weaknesses within their marriage. Yeah, pretty much amazing stuff. Imagine having a system that is so powerful that it will help you increase the leads your business receives, help you convert more leads faster, and obtain more referrals. In segment 4, panel 11 on the fourfold, the DNA for business, this is what we call the 530 grid. There are 5 areas in one's businesses. Area 1, marketing. How do we generate more and better leads? Area 2, pre-sales. How do we convert more leads to clients? Area 3, the sale. How do we convert leads faster? Area 4, servicing. How do we service our clients in the most amazing way where they refer everyone they know to us? And Area 5, client for life, where our clients become our partners and we start to work with all the spheres of influence they are connected with. In segment 5, panel 12 on the fourfold, the DNA for life. This is natural laws. Natural laws govern all that we do. In many ways, it's the hardest of the 3 DNAs to teach, to learn. There are over 500 natural laws which govern our business, our income, and really every area of life. One of those natural laws is the cluster principle. The cluster principle states that it's not unusual that someone making a buying or selling decision will know between 3 and 9 other people over the next 6 to 12 months who are making a similar buying decision as our prospect or client. Imagine what would happen with our business if we had every prospect referring us 2 or 3 or even more additional prospects. Yes, our businesses would double each and every year, and that's just one of the over 500 natural laws applied through our BOS, our engine. Again, BOS consists of DNA for people, DNA for business, and DNA for life. And it's the engine that runs our business, organization, and depending on how good it is, all the money we're going to earn, the time we're going to have, the stress and the life balance you're going to have or don't have. Segment 6 is Q&A, and that can be done either at your local level or it can be done through the video stream. That's up to your local MC or host because we're going to hit you with a lot of information today, and I hope you're ready, but this will give you a little opportunity to do decompressing. In segment 7, great things are going to happen next month, and we'll all come back together again as we can accomplish so much more together than we ever could on our own. So absolutely everything we do today will be focused on the topic for the month, which will be shared with you in just a minute. Are we clear? Do we understand what we will be accomplishing today, or at least a big picture perspective?
public library office. Can you imagine, Kevin, that this would be going on every city and every world, in different countries and internationally? And I'm like, there's 20 people here in a little public library, but okay, it's happening. It's really happening. Personality Masteries is going to be Cheryl Negoff. She's fantastic. She understands personality. She'll understand a great deal. Then it's Rosanna, and then it's going to be the natural laws. The natural laws, Alicia has this super amazing way of taking natural laws and turning them into supernatural laws by just combining them. She's like this transformer of business, and she's like literally like the transformer where you got all these little cars and trucks and planes and boats or whatever the heck it is, and then they just boop, 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 and then becomes this amazing, just this amazing like transformer. And that's what the supernatural laws do. But we have to understand the natural laws before we put them together. That's what we're going to do. And then Q&A. If you think you've been taking a drink out of a fire hose, guess what? You have. It's going to be crazy. So I hope you have your questions and ready to get into this thing. And the great things for next month, which is going to be, I'm just going to let the cat, I just got to get, I'm so excited. It's going to be our life event here in Chicago in March, and it's going to go back to the value of installing systems. The only reason, not the only reason, but one of the most important reasons to install a system in the first place is to do what we're talking about today, which is what? Achieving our life vision. Do you have a life vision? Do you know what a life vision is? I mean, you have goals and dreams, and so what? I'll just say it like that. So what? If there's not a master idea in your life, a clarifying statement that's taking all of your passions and transforming them into this powerful tool for change in your life, the life of your friends and your family and your coworkers and your communities, then what are you doing? There's a reason you're here on planet Earth. And I'm going to tell you, we're going to help you find that out today. If you haven't come with an intention, then I'm going to give you your intention right now, and it's to find your life vision. That's what you're going to do today. You're going to find it, you're going to turn it on, and it's going to be absolutely powerful. And this will rock your life and the life of other people around you. We got events coming up in Philadelphia. We got events coming up, live events in Maryland. We got live events in Utah, in Kosovo, and it's out of control. We can't stop it. Why? Because people's life visions, when your life vision is bigger than death, you get through stuff. You get over stuff. Nothing can hold you back once you have a life vision. And now imagine a powerful life vision connected with other people that have powerful life visions that turn on together and help each other achieve so much more than we could on our own, but we achieve so much more together. That's what this is about. This is about doing what nothing else has been able to do for you so far. That's what today is about. This is unique. Congratulations. Your life has now officially changed for the better. Get on board. This train's going all over the world. So we're excited to have you. Now I'm going to introduce somebody to you that is going to absolutely rock your socks. If you think I've got energy, if you think I'm crazy, then you have not met Mark Boersma. He is amazing. He is the president of Synergy Solutions, and he is going to be bringing to us some amazing ideas when it comes to understanding what it takes to really network and how that makes, it's not just exchanging a fish for a fish and being happy with that. It's changing somebody else's life to help them achieve their life vision so we can achieve our life vision. Mark Boersma he's an international speaker and an author. I'm so excited he could be with us today. Mark, welcome, and take it away.
Kevin, thanks so much. Imagine attending an event where you're clear on your life vision, why you were put on this planet. And all the other individuals around you that you're networking with, that you're masterminding with, they're clear as well. I mean, what would that event be like? As being part of the founders, Kevin and I and a number of others, when we looked at the 12 topics, there was so much discussion about we have to start with achieving our life vision first, because that's the foundation of everything. But, people are so caught up in the day-to-day, like I don't have any time to spend in my life vision. I got to go ahead and put, food on the table. I've got to go ahead and in business, I've got to generate more and better leads. I've got to have systems. I've got to generate more and better leads. I've got to, turn more of my prospects into clients. I've got to convert prospects faster. I've got to generate a large quantity of referrals. I've got to create client for life relationships. And then I've got, oh my gracious, all kinds of leadership challenges. And then how do I develop profitable partnerships, and then developing profitable mastermind groups, and then how do we attract profitable clients, and then how do we fine tune our profitable systems? Oh yeah, by the way, like, is this all connected back in to our life vision? I mean, my life vision is to touch every single person in the world, one person at a time, make a huge difference in every aspect of their life in a really fun and exciting way. And yep, that's 7.4 plus billion people. It's most people say it's a pretty big goal. I remember first time I met Tom Kuntz, past president of Century 21, we were on the phone, and like I shared, he shared his life vision, I shared mine. He says, "You're going to do it, Mark." I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I can tell it in your voice." See, there's something about networking with other people who are intentional about their life vision. You get a chance to meet Kevin, and Kevin's got, two legacies that he's going to share, his own, and then his sons as well, who passed away when he was 25 years old. And so Kevin's got, double the burden, double the joy. It's not just his life vision, but, isn't that true for all of us? Maybe not the intensity of losing one of our children, which I can't even imagine, how difficult. But Kevin would say exciting, like so strange. Like, how does he think differently about that? Like, that's just crazy. I've just lost my mom a little over a year ago, and my dad a little over 2 years ago. And I want to honor their legacy. And my grandfather and my grandmother, who was 99, and she passed away just a few months before my dad did. And so we all have a legacy, not only our legacy, but the legacy of those that have come before us. And so, I don't know, there's something magical. It's interesting because when we were in Cincinnati, two people that really impacted Cincinnati were Megan Maple and Dustin. And Dustin said, Mark, I love the event and the people, but I wish we'd have gone deeper. It's like, well, how do you go deeper when you have an hour and a half? But there's a dinner, Thursday, and then evening, and then there's a coffee connection in the morning, and then this time we're expanding it to where there's breakout sessions in the afternoon where you can get together with leaders, worldwide thought leaders on, how do you generate more leads, or how do you become a leader? Or Rosanna, who's co-authoring with a number of other housewives, business sense from everyday housewives. Like, think about that. Like, I have 7 children, 5 grandchildren, and the insights that I've had into leadership or building teams or community or love or forgiveness or passion. And what I've learned from those, far more than my 3 business degrees, the finance, management, marketing. I mean, those are all important, but nothing compared to raising, 7 children and now 5 grandchildren. And the next generation, don't have the time that I had with my own children, and how do I impact those and the things I'm learning that can be transferred into business. And so I would encourage you, make it a priority to attend. I mean, these monthly ones are awesome without question, where we go through and you think year 4 was great. Well, year 4 was great compared to year 3, and year 3 was great compared to year 2, and 2 was great compared to year 1. But year 5 is going to just blow the doors off of year 4. It's not going to be like twice as good. It's going to add a 0, as Tom would say. It's going to be, 10 times or 100 times as good. Why? Because it's starting to spread all around the world. When I think of Emily and the impact that she's made in making one cold call and all of a sudden opening up Kosovo. So Mastermind Seminars is going to, at the end of June, to Kosovo, and how Alan Stein, president of Tanglewood Conservatories, didn't even know where Kosovo was. He's like, yeah, I'm in. I'm there. I'm going to go. I'm going to fully participate. And there's a leadership school of high schoolers, and it's going into grade schoolers, and we've been invited to come over. And Kosovo is only a 10-year-old country. I mean, imagine like how many 10-year-old countries are there, and we can be a part of that. I mean, how cool is that networking event going to be? When we think of networking, there's high frequency networking and low frequency. What's the difference between a networking group and a mastermind group? And then how each of these mastermind groups, each of these mastermind seminars lead into Coffee Connection and the power. And what is the Coffee Connection? What's the purpose? Well, it's actually taking what we've learned from mastermind seminars, and we get all pumped up, motivated, and inspired. And then how many of us don't follow through? Well, the purpose of the mastermind seminars is to create a catalyst, like an atomic ripple reaction principle, where it's like, oh my gracious, you mean my life vision ties into your life vision, which is really what it's all about in the speed networking. It's not you give me a fish and I give you a fish. No, it's not that at all. It's like, how can I help you achieve your life vision, why you're put on this planet? And how can you help me? And how can together we accomplish so much more than we ever could on our own? When we say mastermind seminars is like no event you've ever participated at in the past, I mean, we mean that. So our purpose is to assist each member to develop their own business operating system, empowering them through systems and strategic partners to earn more, work less, have less stress, and improve our life balance. Why? So we have more time to go, not to relax, not that there's anything wrong to that, not to have more fun, not that you can't do more of that, but it's to live our life vision with intention every single day. How do we achieve this? We meet weekly in person for coffee, and some of us meet over the phone and are intentional in building our individual boss system, business operating system, through the 3 DNAs, DNA for people, DNA for business, and DNA for life. How many people in our lives are interested in something like this? Well, the truth is, everyone. But the truth is they may not know that they're interested in it. So ask the people around you, what's your biggest challenge? And when they share that with you, put your hand to your chin and go, that's interesting. I'm attending a mastermind seminar event here at this location, this event, and I think it would be very powerful. I think that there would be answers that you're looking for to solve your biggest challenge. See, what is the difference between a mastermind group and a networking group? In a networking group, I give you a fish, you give me a fish, and we both walk away happy. But our lives, our businesses really haven't changed. Most likely, we still own a job rather than owning a company. Coffee Connection and mastermind seminars groups are very different than anything we have experienced in the past. It's all about helping business owners, leaders, to develop their very own powerful and profitable systems which help our businesses to run without us, to help us to live our life vision each and every day. The most important system we need to work on, to fine-tune, to master, is the system within me. It's learning how to think differently and do so quickly. To think differently quickly, we need to leverage the magical arts of positive motivation and manipulation. When we learn to leverage ourselves and others around us in a positive way, we fulfill our life vision, the life vision of those around us. That's really what we're all being called to do, isn't it? And so I can't emphasize how important it is that when we do speed networking, have your life vision memorized, have it clear and concise, be able to share it with other people, connect other people with others that can bring us together, because truly we can accomplish so much more than we ever could on our own. I don't know if Alan's with us today. Alan from Tanglewood, are you with us today?
He is not.
Okay. So Alan flies his team all over the country to the different events. They actually have speaking teams, individuals from the shop floor all the way up into administrative accounting and even engineering and architecture. I mean, they bring whole teams together in the most spectacular way. They're going to be having a breakout session on how to change culture of our company and do so quickly. And if you're a president of the company, would you like the culture of your company to change? Would that help the bottom line? Well, you don't have to be a president of a company to know that, yeah, hey, the culture in our company may not be the most healthy. How can I, in whatever role I play, how can I change the culture today? How can I maybe invite other people, other team members to participate? What if we had our own breakout session in the afternoon after we go through these amazing, I mean, it's only 90 minutes. I mean, the speed networking is 30 minutes, then it's 10 minutes for each of these segments. It's like drinking out of a fire hose. But what if I came with a group of people and said, how can we better partner? Like, what would that look like? How do we do that? Kevin, thoughts, or anyone else that's on, thoughts in speed networking, stories that you have, ideas that you have on how to make networking to be significant rather than just giving each other fishes?
Absolutely, Mark. I do. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's absolutely amazing. And what you said is absolutely true. Being able to have a mastermind conversation versus a networking conversation is all about intent. And my intent is to share my life vision if need be. I love doing that because it opens up a conversation that I would have never had in a month or 2 months or a year or 2 years or maybe ever. But by asking, first of all and foremost, what's your biggest challenge in any area of your business or your life? And to really just sit and listen. People say, and I've never said that, I've never heard that before, nobody's ever asked that to me. And the second one is, if you could get help with anything, what would you love to get help with? And then it starts opening up conversations that, again, we may have never had. Because it's usually, well, this is what I do, and I'm important, and blah, blah, blah. And it doesn't have anything to do with that. A lot of times just by asking that, Mark, what I found is that people go, wait a sec, what do you do? Who are you? And that's a great question. Man, I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm an author, I'm a speaker, I'm a business owner, I've done theater, I've done 20 audiobooks, and I don't know, what do you want to talk about? And they're like, whoa. But I guess my question is, there's something that you do and who you are that's probably pretty close to that. And that's made a difference, at least in my life. Anyone else have thoughts on what's really worked for you in network in masterminding? Having a mastermind conversation versus a networking conversation?
I think, Kevin, one of the mastermind conversations would be to have a purpose when you go into the conversation, know what you're going to accomplish, know what you want,
right,
rather than just coming in and expecting people to hand you something.
Right.
Kevin, that's awesome, because I know that you and others for the events go to the workbook, and to do that, you just go to mastermind-seminars.org, mastermind-seminars.org, hit the register now, and you have the workbook for the event. And Kevin, we're recommending that people pay $10 or whatever it is to get it printed out and then bound up into a spiral bound, and then working through that. You had another idea as well.
Yeah. I was in a coffee connection with a couple people, and I said, I need to get this printed. And one guy said, well, I got a printer at my place. I said, great, can I print it out? Sure enough, I went over there right after Coffee Connections, printed it out, and I said, here it is. He goes, oh, make me a copy. Okay. So I made him a copy, bound it together. He had a binder in the back. And then as I'm bringing out his copy and handing it to him, another guy from the Coffee Connections walks in. He goes, is that the workbook? Oh, my goodness, I need the workbook. Can I get a copy? I'm telling you something. When you just show up with a group of people intentionally with that facility ready to go, just do it that way. And now 3 or 4 people have their copies of their workbook, and there's excitement and there's intentionality, just like Rosanna said.
Nice. Nice. All right, Kevin, that's all I've got. Make sure people are going through, take 5 minutes a day or 10 minutes a day to go through the different aspects. The more you get through the workbook, the better the event's going to be, the more productive. What's your WIIFM? What's in it for me? And then what's the next step that you need to do? What are the steps that we need to do to get what we want out of the event? That's what's most important. That's what's critical.
Absolutely. Well said, Mark. Well said. Can't emphasize that workbook enough. If you want to go right now to mastermind-seminars.org, go to live events, and on register now, you'll see the workbook. Just download it. It's free. I told Mark, I can't believe you're giving it away. Systems like this are at least $10 to $50 to $100,000, just the workbook. You say, how can a workbook be $100,000 or $50,000? When you see the first 5 pages, tell me you've seen anything like that. Go for the first 10. Then by page 20, you're going to say, there's all kinds of videos. Download the PDF. The PDF will take you right to the videos that have been over the last how many years have been compiled by people that are thinkers, people that are think tank entrepreneurs that make things happen. That's going to be the key to any event. That's the key to your business. It's the key to your life. If you go through that workbook, you'll have a clear idea about how things can operate. But do it with somebody else in a mastermind group, coffee connection, and it'll make all the difference in the world. Before we get into the wins and biggest challenges, I want to tell you we're talking about life vision. If you just joined us, or if you're not clear about what that is, our life vision is, first of all, our passions. So the first thing you want to do is write down all your passions. And then, whatever it is, faith, family, finance, fitness, fill in all the blanks of what you're passionate about and draw a circle. And in the middle of that circle, you should put your life vision is really what? A clarifying statement that what? That unifies our passions into one statement. So you say, why am I here on earth? This is why I'm here on earth. And being able to share that. Now mine is helping other people find what they need, helping them get it, and doing it in a fun and exciting way every single day. Mark had mentioned that my son passed away 2 years ago, and he wanted to clearly communicate scriptural truths because he studied to be a pastor. And all the ways that he wants to creatively communicate resonates with me. So blending those two together and now having a powerful double life vision, if you will, and realizing that other people can have the same thing for their lives. It's easy to shut down when death hits our door. But I'll tell you something. When your life vision is truly bigger than death, you get over stuff. You get through stuff. You get around stuff. Not that you forget it. The pain is always with me. Always. Always. But it drives me to say, why am I here? And what can I do differently? And how can I help other people do that? So for me, that's a win. Going through that, just this, is a huge win in my life, and I review it every single week. I look at it several times during the week. It's always with me. It's always in a binder. And I'll tell you, it has changed everything. The wins that keep coming are amazing. The workbook is a win. It's a huge win. I keep mine with me right here, and here it is. It's printed out, and it's all there. You're getting into what the sessions are about, what this thing is going to do for you, and it's all there, and it's free. Okay? Yeah, it's going to take you time and energy and money, and like Mark said, $10 to bind it. It's a joke. The important thing is you got to go through it and then apply it. I also was in a Coffee Connections. Coffee Connections used to be a place where I connect a lot, and I just had a connection with a young lady who saw a video that I put together about my life and Kenny's life and set it out. It's a 1-minute video. She says it really gets people at the heart level. If people have a heart, they'll get it. and then how you can want to have a conversation to help them. And she said, I have a group of 10,000 women I'm part of. I said, really? So my whole thinking now is, how can I take that video, get it into their hands, but be strategic about how am I going to say what I'm going to say to those 10,000 women in an email, and then have follow-up conversations. Kevin, how can you have follow-up conversations with 10,000 women? Well, how about this? Maybe 10,000 people don't respond. Maybe you start with the people that do respond and maybe help train them and help encourage them to do the same thing for their lives, and they'll help you as you help them. Maybe that's part of the situation. Maybe that's part of the thinking. But that's where I'm at, and I hope other people have other wins or challenges that they'd like to share. I'm going to open it up right now. If there's anyone that's online, Mark or Cheryl or Rosanna or Alicia or Jennifer or Elise, whoever would like to share a win or a biggest challenge, go ahead.
Well, this is Cheryl, Kevin. In the pre-show, I talked about a win and a challenge that I'm facing. Is the win is that I've done the seminars, presented for a whole year now, and I've really learned a lot from it. The challenge is doing it for another year. And in the pre-show, we discussed, I need to intentionally do a pro and a con list of doing it for the next year. So I have to do that and figure it out by next month.
Okay.
The business sense from Amazing Housewives, Kevin, to me, is just very, very powerful. I see so many women that have devoted their lives to their children, and then when their children are out of the home, they're often lost. They're not sure what to do, and to see that group of individuals to be awakened and to recognize how much insight and wisdom they have to leadership, and to see the business opportunities that will bring to them is phenomenal. Another win is Amanda's finished up hers life vision with Life Masteries Institute, and so it's DNA for life-laws.com. That's DNA for life-laws.com, and the first one is My Life Vision. And so Amanda volunteered to go through, and she was interviewed over a 7-week period of time, Discover My Life Vision. And you can go down to the bottom, and you actually hear Amanda going through with 2 individuals on interviewing and going through the full Life Vision packet. So it's not just Life Vision, but it's how do I leverage that into an economic engine where I can take my passions and my life vision and actually do that every day and turn it into some type of economic engine, something that will actually support me. Very, very powerful project completed there.
Wow, that's great. And again, that's DNA for life-laws.com. And where do you go to find that amazing thing that Amanda just did again?
On the first page, it's My Life Vision.
Right. The top bar. It's just the top bar. You just go through the whole thing. It's amazing. It's unreal. And there's an opportunity at the bottom to pay it forward. Pay it forward. I mean, what happens, here also supports it supports Life Mastery really, where those dollars go toward kids at risk and to single moms, and it's amazing how this whole thing works. Is there anybody else? We have time for one more win or biggest challenge before moving on to the next segment. Is there anyone who would like to just share something real brief? Okay, well then we will move on to our next segment. I'm really excited. Cheryl, you just heard her just about what she's been contemplating here about whether, she's going to jump on board for another year or what she's going to be doing here. I hope she does, and it's not pressure for her. It's just, I think it's amazing what I found in 4 years is that, like Mark said, year 4 is a whole lot better than it was year 3. There were some train wrecks in year 3, quite frankly, that from that, the phoenix rose from the ashes. I mean, what could have absolutely decimated any other organization ended up being maybe the catalyst or the life force to say we better get our acts together at a higher level. And it's been happening, and it's amazing. Year two was good, but year three, even with the train wreck, was so much better. And year one, even though there's some really cool stuff that happened, you know what? It's gotten better, and now we're looking at year five, and we will be international in a couple months. It's going to happen from a cold call, one cold call, and now we're in a 10-year-old country who are they're dying. They're dying for entrepreneurship. Imagine never having the opportunity to make your own decisions by being governed by this is the way you do it. But they wanted to become independent because they wanted to be like the West. Everybody it's going to be so much better. It's going to be so much easier if we're independent from the country we come from, and then we'll have our own. We can do just like what the West does. It's just going to be amazing. It's just going to be streets of gold and everything. It's always going to be sunshine, and they're finding out something really, really interesting. It is a lot of hard work, and guess what? Anything worthwhile is, and being able to imagine, being able to help mold the mindset of a country that's just 10 years old, that's so hungry for entrepreneurship. I mean, here in the United States, you can't open up a web page without tripping over 5 different quote-unquote entrepreneurial get-rich-quick schemes. It's crazy. Even some of them are just really good. It's just okay. But what we're offering here for free, which is crazy, that's why we want to pay it forward, because we still have to pay for this, and people volunteer and pay for it. Just get on board. Get on board this train. It's going to rock your life. We're into the BOS system right now, and I'm taking up a little time here. I'm just so excited. Forgive me. We're just going to move on here. Personality Masteries with Cheryl Negoff, who is the HR director for one of the most powerful companies in the United States, and you probably never heard of them, Tanglewood Conservatories. They make multi-million-dollar conservatories for people that are very wealthy, but their mindset is we want to pay it back. We want to give back. We want to change the culture of our company. So to do what? Not to just go out and make more money for us, but to do what? Help other companies, small and mid-sized companies, to actually do the same thing. Cheryl's got a passion for people. Cheryl's got a passion for personality. She's the HR manager. She knows whom to hire. Listen to her. She's going to rock your life. Cheryl Negoff, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin, for just outstanding and pumping me up introduction. So what does knowing the personalities have to do with achieving your life vision? First, you need to find your life vision. Mine is simple. I've commented before, maybe spent 10 minutes on it. But to me, it's worthwhile. It's to help those around me not sweat the small stuff, because God has everything planned out for your life already. If I know the personality of the person who is stressing, then maybe I can talk them off the ledge of the small stuff they are sweating. So how do you find out the personality of yourself and those around you? All you have to do is ask 2 simple questions. Ask if you have give them shapes, a cube, a pyramid, a wavy line, or ball. Have them put them in order of 1 to 4 of what they like the most. And that'll give you the geo test. Then you give them the pain test. You list these 4 statements: things being out of control, things being out of order, things being boring and not fun, having conflict with others. You ask them to put those in order of what causes them the most frustration, and that will be the pain test. So then you take those results, and if the person or yourself pick the cube or things being out of order, then they are analytics. They go deep into the details, can get too caught up in the numbers because they keep analyzing them to make them perfect. They move at a slower pace because they like to dot their I's and cross their T's. They will like the task of any situation over dealing with people. If you were to introduce them to the DNA for business and the 530 grid, they would be able to get organized to be more efficient. The natural law, I think, applies to them is ideal or nothing. If they pick the pyramid or things being out of control, then they have the driver personality. They have the big vision. They know where they want to go and will get there. They will drive it to the point, and the point just being like the shape of the pyramid. Watch out, because they may mow you over, because people is not their forte, and they'll just run you over because they're moving so fast. Like the analytic, they like the task more than the people. They will be able to see the big picture of why you need the 530 grid and be able to convince the analytic to use it. The natural law of never quit, I think, fits them. If they pick the wavy line or things being boring and not fun, then they have the expressive gene. They enjoy connecting with people. There's a strong need to have fun. They will start running before they know where they are going, because they just need to move fast. They tend to not follow through with tasks, so please do not give them a task unless you're ready to pair them up with an analytic to get it done, because they love people more than the task. The natural law that I think they need is the principle of focus. For those that pick the ball or having conflict with others, they have an amiable personality. They want peace at all costs, want things to run smoothly. They will take care of things in the background to stay out of the spotlight. Like the ball, they just roll around to everyone and please them so that everyone is liked. The thing that causes them the most pain is conflict with others. Like the expressive, tasks are not as important as people. The natural law, I think, of the Lucky 13 rule describes them really well. So how do you achieve your life vision with the help of the 4 different personalities? You first must know what your personality is and what your strengths and weaknesses are. Once you have figured that out, you create a core team to help you, because you will not achieve your life vision alone. You need others to help. The analytic will get all the details for you, get them organized, but you will need to make sure you are very specific so they can stay on task. A driver on board will help you see the big picture. This person will be able to help you cast the vision well. They will also help the analytic get out of the weeds of the details, which they get caught in, lost in most of the time. The expressive will create the fun to get more people on board. They will convince others to see the benefit of your life vision. And amiable on the team will smooth out the conflict. They will communicate that a level of care is there and that the group wants to hear what you think. They will connect others' goals together for the benefit of all. So in summary, assign tasks to the analytic and the driver. Assign people items to the expressive and the driver. For things done fast, give it to the driver and the expressive. For things done slower, give it to the analytic and the amiable. It is important to have a mixture of all the personalities in your life to achieve your life vision and many other things you would like to get accomplished in your life. But does anybody have any questions for me?
I do, Cheryl. This is Jennifer from Tanglewood Conservatories. So, as Mark and Kevin said, some people know their life vision and they live it each minute of every day like it's breathing, and it's no problem to them. But which personalities would find it harder to channel their passions and life vision to push themselves to see great success in business?
My thought would be, one would be the expressive, because they're moving around trying to have fun and moving so fast that they'll lose the continuity of staying on the life vision. They're ones that may say, oh, there's a shiny penny, and go after that, and just go from, one topic to the other. Another one might be the analytic, because they're too focused on getting all the details together that they'll never move. That's why I picked ideal or nothing. They're waiting for it to be just perfect before they even take a step. So they won't move forward. Does that help you, Jennifer?
It does, and I have a follow-up question, maybe Kevin or Mark. How do you follow your life vision every day?
I think
That's a big question.
Nancy probably came up with the best idea that I've seen, and that is where she did, like 100 words for 100 days. So it takes roughly about 6 minutes a day to go through. And what Nancy did, and there's not, I don't think, one right way to do it, but what she did is she took all the things that she was passionate about, and then she, put a definition on each word each day. So it's by doing 100 words for 100 days, it helps us to take just 6 minutes out of the 1,440 minutes every day for 100 days to become more conscious of, am I being intentional in what I'm doing? So much of what we do can connect back into our life vision, but if we don't realize how it connects back into our life vision, I think it saps the energy from us rather than gives us more energy than it's taking.
Understood.
Good. Wow. I hope you got a lot out of it. I certainly got a lot out of it. Cheryl, thank you so much for going through that with us. Personalities, I hope you're getting a chance, all of you, to see how important personalities are. How I want to hear things and how Mark wants to hear things, or how Alicia wants to hear things, or how Rosanna wants to hear things might be different. I have to be sensitive to each one of them. And then I got to be sensitive in a group. I got to be careful what I do there, and that's intention. So that's very important. And I can't wait. I told you about Rosanna. I told you about Cheryl, and I told you a little bit about Alicia. Rosanna, it has done amazing things. I mean, 4 years ago, she was kind of soft-spoken. She was kind of didn't want to really participate. Kind of like, I later found out, well, what do I have to offer to a business world that I've been out of for all these years? I've been raising a family. And Mark said, are you kidding? It's huge. Like, yeah, well, not so much, but it's huge. You'll be in a group with Rosanna, and then be like, wait a sec, Rosanna didn't say anything. Rosanna, what do you think? She'll come up with something, and you go, oh, what? Yes. And she's gotten stronger and stronger and stronger from that. She was always strong. She's just now coming out and sharing the strength with us. So I'm excited to have Rosanna, who leads the Awesome Women's Group, who is co-authoring a book on the amazing business insights from an everyday housewife. There's power there, and I think that can change a culture. And I think her book can change the 10,000 women that I'm being connected with as well. I can't wait for you to hear what Rosanna's going to share regarding how our life vision is tied into the DNA for business, which is the 530 grid. Rosanna, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. I was just, I was thinking about this life vision, and, a lot of people have no idea what they want to accomplish in life and what they want to make of their life. And so they go into life with just kind of meandering around from one thing to another until they finally say, maybe I've got something figured out now. Well, it does help if you kind of have an idea what you want to do. And, I was thinking about it is how it connects with business. And, okay, so you have a life vision. What does that have to do with business? And how does that help us? And how do we think about it, for our business? And is it really necessary to have a life vision when we're in business? So last month we talked about fine-tuning our profitable partnerships and how that helps our business. And achieving our life vision helps us in our business too. And what does it mean? And what does it mean for business? Life vision. Well, let's split it for a moment. What do you want to accomplish in your life? Does it need money to accomplish it? Do you need organization? Do you need people? Do you have, systems to help you accomplish this vision? Okay, so now we got something connected with business. We have something, wow, yeah, I guess we do have to have some sort of idea. And I was thinking about my life vision and what I wanted to accomplish. And if you can see the pictures behind me, you'll see
part of my life vision. So I have a life vision. I had a life vision at the beginning. I wanted to get married. And so I had ideas of what I wanted to do when I wanted to get married. I needed to find somebody. And I just kind of applied it just a few minutes ago on how that fits in a 530 grid, which you will see on the screen. A 530 grid has ways to help you in business and in your life and everything you do. And so I just took the first three and I said, when I was looking for a husband, I needed to identify my target, which would be number one, man of my dreams. And, one of the things that I wanted was somebody who was a hard worker, someone who cared about others, someone who had a vision himself. And so I identified my target. And then, I needed to get to know who that meet that criteria. So I went and checked it out, and I said, well, let's see. Some of these people meet my criteria. And so then I started to go ahead and to compile them in my mind. And, if you're doing business, you might want to do it more in mind. You might want to do it on a spreadsheet for your business. You want to make sure you're identifying the 100% of your target. Well, then what do we do with that? We need to develop a message. Well, my message was I want to get to know this person. So I'm going to figure out how to talk to them so that they're interested in what I am looking for. So I wrote to them, I text them, Facebook message, LinkedIn. All these are business type things that you can do also. So, I'm looking for a husband. That's what I would do. I would, connect in some way, shape, or form. And then I would figure out, what's the good things about this person and what do I not like about them? And so I would weigh it out. And when you're doing business, you need to know what's the good things about people. Cheryl, having an understanding of the personalities very much helps someone to figure out whether they want to work with a person or whether they want to get to know the person in a more personal way. And then I would start asking my key questions and say, hey, okay, I'm looking for this. And I know my husband, he did a trick on me and got me to thinking about what I wanted in a husband. And so I asked him, I said, so what do you want in a wife? And so knowing what someone else wants in their business is also important. So not only do you need to know what you want, but you also need to know what the person that you're working with wants. And as you can see in the background, I have quite a few pictures behind me. We have 7 children of our own, and they have learned to find their own life vision. And I have on our piano, we just had a wedding not too long ago, and there next to it, I also have my life vision. And my life vision is to make a difference in life and others, being a light to others and someone who has made an impact long after I'm gone. And so I have an idea what I want to accomplish. And I am writing a book, and I was going to share a little excerpt from this book. If you give me 1 second here. It says, what does a 53-year-old woman with an elementary education degree know about business, you ask? Well, continue with my credentials. I've been married for 33 years to a business owner. And I've also raised and homeschooled and loved 7 children from birth, and I have 5 grandchildren. Maybe that's not enough to write a book, but I've also been working with people who are business owners, and they make I'm helping to make pre-sales calls, and I'm speaking about business operating systems such as this today. And it seems to me that when I look at business and I look at families, they're very, very similar. You want your business to kind of run like a family so that they're all working together and they're all helping each other. So having a family-oriented business can help your business to grow because then people are helping each other. And so that's kind of where I am coming from when I'm working on this book in the business sense from an everyday housewife. And I think that's all I have for today, Kevin.
Wow, that's fantastic. Rosanna, thank you so much. Are there any questions for Rosanna? I think Elise had a question.
Yeah, well, I was just curious how having clarity on your life vision helps you see success in business.
Well, I think if you have an idea what you want in your life, you'll start to use that in your business world. You'll learn to connect the pieces of what you want in your life. Like one of the things that I wanted to do was I wanted to write. So now I am writing about business. When I think about creativity, people use creativity in business. When I think about connecting pieces, I like puzzles. And so there's, business is a huge puzzle. There's always pieces to put together, and where are you going to put them and how they're going to fit. And so I think having an idea what you want in your life helps you to see how you can fit that with your business. I don't know if that helps or not, please.
Yeah, it does definitely. So how can I help others around me, whether it's other business owners I interact with or referral partners? How can I get them interested in discovering their life vision too?
As Mark would say, you need to build a conceptual bridge and help them to see what their passions in life, how they fit with what they're doing in business. People don't just go, some people, I'm not saying everybody, but people don't just go into business saying, oh, this is what I'm going to do and because I have to do it. No, they go in because they have a passion for something that they were, maybe when they were growing up, they go in with a passion. So maybe some people just don't realize that they actually are working on their life vision. And when they see it on paper, it actually connects the two. Just a thought.
Thank you.
Excellent. Well, Rosanna, thanks again. And Cheryl, thank you for your participation and what you had said with the personalities. I hope you're starting to see how the personalities and how people like to be communicated with and how we can communicate with others tie into our life vision, how we can do it more effectively, and then with the 530 grid and our life vision, how that's going to change people as well. I'm excited too that, and again, Jennifer's question to Cheryl, great question. Elise, great question and a great follow-up question. See, this is what we want to do in a mastermind, ask great questions, and that's actually ask key questions, and that's box 4 of the 530 grid. Really recommend you look at that. That's a life changer right now. I can tell people are applying that, and that's why Jennifer, Elise, Cheryl, and Rosanna, and many, many more people here and around the world are having their lives changed because they learned to do that. That's excellent. So we're going to move into our next segment, which is the DNA for life, and that's the natural laws. And what's interesting about the natural laws is that they tie everything together. So you can have all these parts, but as it gets put together, the natural laws hold it in place. They hold it in place. And to do that is somebody who's spectacular. I call her the supernatural law gal. And she is supernatural in many ways. She's fantastic. We love her like we love everybody here. And Alicia, please go on here with the natural laws. We are excited to have you share them with us now. Take it away.
Thank you for that introduction. Most of us want to live a meaningful life that will echo into eternity. We crave significance and we seek reassurance that our time spent here on earth is worthwhile. Yet only a handful of us invest the time and energy necessary to develop our life vision. The word vision comes from the Latin visionem, meaning wisdom. Similarly, having a life vision is having the wisdom to think in the long term in expectation of a greater future outcome. Your life vision is how you commit to live your life. It is an outline of your goals, your values, and your natural abilities. A strong life vision is a compass of sorts. Likewise, it provides clarity and direction, thus helping to focus your efforts, chart the course of your actions, and maintain balance in your life. It is the highest vision of yourself, an alignment of goals designed to create your ideal life. It is a quiet dream that lives inside your mind, a vivid picture of your future. If determining what matters is the purpose of vision, then by contrast, your life would lack meaning if you do not live a life or you do not live a self-examined life. In the simplest sense, that which inspires you to carry out the mundane will provide a sense of meaning. Even the smallest daily actions can become stepping stones towards the realization of your life vision. Have you discovered your life vision? How do you manifest your dreams into reality? Are you simply meandering your way through life, walking in circles? Are the things that should matter most to you held hostage by the things that should matter least? I'm a firm believer that life is a matter of choice, not a matter of circumstance. If there is truth to this, then we can agree that a life of significance is not necessarily determined by power, wealth, or fame. Rather, focused determination and intentional living is essential to achieving your life vision. Have you adopted a future mindset? What is the secret to achieving great things? Do you live your life with intention? Are your daily activities bringing you closer to achieving your life mission? Michael Gerber wrote, "The difference between great people and everyone else is that great people create their lives actively, while everyone else is created by their lives, passively waiting to see where life takes them next. The difference between the two is the difference between living fully and just existing." How do you push yourself beyond your limit? How do you drive yourself to greatness? Are you narrowly focused on finding yourself instead of creating who you were always meant to be? In this infinite and seemingly indifferent universe, identifying your life mission can be a difficult undertaking. Whether you want to create a better version of yourself or a grand vision to change the world, living by powerful universal principles is essential to achieving your life vision. Natural laws are the fundamental patterns of nature and life that govern every aspect of our life. They establish the foundational rules and challenge us to change the way we think. How do we use the wisdom principles of the ages to achieve our life vision? Can the natural order of the world we live in help steer us toward an intended destination? How do we create a clear vision and a strategic plan by consistently applying the fundamental principles of natural law? Each of us is the author of our own life story. We single-handedly determine the tone and the narrative. What is your inspiration? How does your story evolve? What shape does it take? How does it make you feel? How do you envision the ending? Chances are, if you are not seizing the opportunity to write your own beautiful life story, then you're most likely living someone else's vision. A few highly insightful natural laws beneficial to achieving your life vision are fear versus faith, the Napoleon Hill principle, the self-discipline principle, and see, understand, do principle. Have you ever failed at something? Some people become paralyzed by fear of failure, so much so that they subconsciously sabotage future chances of success. They undermine their own effort, willingly choosing defeat over victory. Have you allowed fear to gain the upper hand in your life for far too long? Fear versus faith is a time-tested principle that encourages conviction over apprehension. We must wage war on internal conflict and conquer fear-based thinking. Oddly enough, failure is only reality if you accept defeat. How you manage failure is what truly matters. Have you ever heard the saying, "A little bit of faith goes a long way"? Despite fear of failure, faith is the means to achieving your life vision. Overcoming psychological alarm, replacing it with absolute faith, is fundamental to application of this principle. According to the late Napoleon Hill, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Now, you may be wondering what that reference means. This principle lends to the philosophy that you have authority over your own mind and the ability to direct it toward what you want in life. Your frame of mind is the blueprint of your achievement. Tony Robbins once said, success is 80% psychology and 20% fundamental. With that in mind, your thoughts can be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. Whether you succeed or fail is strongly rooted in your mental inclination. Additionally, learning the value of self-discipline is also vital to achieving your life vision. A weak state of willpower, motivation, and ambition are connected to underachievement. Self-discipline is the difference between leaving behind an amazing life legacy or failing to realize your full potential. In conclusion, we can harness the power of evolution to provide focused reflection and alignment with our life vision. To bring about fruition of our life vision, we need to be able to reflect on the past, assess the present, and take action. As we multiply our understanding of the natural laws, we will become more confident in our ability to see our full potential despite our failures. Any questions?
Outstanding. Great job. Yes. Are there any questions for Alicia? Cheryl, did you have a question for Alicia?
I do. It was a great presentation, Alicia. Thank you.
Yeah.
What laws, natural laws, do you think help us to push through and find what we're passionate about and link it to money-making activities?
That's a great question, Cheryl. I guess two that come to mind would be short-term versus long-term principles. That principle reminds us that we should seek long-term satisfaction and refrain from a mindset of instant gratification. It's imperative to recognizing that all things have a natural gestation period. And as such, if we trust in the natural order of the universe, I think it's important to keep in mind that your life vision will manifest in the physical form when the time is right. Another principle that comes to mind is the atomic ripple reaction. This may help us to successfully deal with disappointments and setbacks. It's the natural law of polarity, which states that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. The sun rises in the morning and it sets in the evening. The tide comes in and the tide goes out. As with life, there is a natural cycle. So I think it's important to recognize that for every setback, we will experience a breakthrough.
Wow. What? That was wonderful. Thank you. That helped a lot.
I'm curious, Alicia, how did you see that and how did you put that together?
I guess familiarizing yourself with the natural laws and application in daily life, once you have that blueprint established, I guess it's easy to refer back for a frame of reference.
Right. So the first step is to see it, and then to think, and then to do.
Correct.
Wow, just outstanding, and thank you so much. Again, ladies, I'm floored. Cheryl, Rosanna, Alicia, all tremendous. Jennifer, great questions. Elise, great questions.
Hey,
Cheryl,
before you move on, Kevin, I got
Yeah.
a question. This is Alan. Alicia,
Yeah.
that was great to hear. Alicia, I was wondering if there was anything that you could, like a specific example that you could show from maybe your work life or your outside of work life that would illustrate some of the things that you talked about. They were so cool.
Well, that's a great question too, Alan. I'm not sure that my whole life vision has come to fruition yet. I think that I'm still charting the course. And that's okay. I mean, it doesn't have to be set in stone. It's not something that you have to determine from a young age and stay the course. It can be ever changing, and it can evolve into something entirely different. So I don't know if I have an example for you, Alan. I'm still in the phases of working out what that means to me.
Well, I have an example for you. So the fact that you were willing to jump in to doing this, I mean, I think you started when you were pretty new here to jump in and do it, is a great example of, you know, having faith that you could accomplish something that maybe you didn't know much about or weren't sure that you could do, but you did it anyway because you had faith in your ability to do it.
Right, I could agree with that.
Good.
Wow, tremendous. Are there any other questions for Alicia here, or Rosanna, or Cheryl? Because if not, let's move into the Q&A point of our time today. And the Q&A is important because, again, wow, there's just a lot to digest, and there's a lot that we've been drinking in. So I guess one of the questions that I was thinking about that I would like to ask is, I'm just going to throw this out to the group here, to the presenters, to those who are asking questions. Are there people I can connect with to journey on the journey of my life vision with me? Are there people that I can connect with, and how would I do that? Does anyone have an answer to that?
Well, I think anybody on this call.
What's that?
I think anybody on this call would be willing to sit with you and, you know, find out your passions. I know that Jennifer sat with me to try and figure out my passions. So it's getting, you know, a group of people and just being willing to open up and figure out what you're passionate about and figure out your life vision.
Okay. So by taking somebody through the life vision and actually doing it with them, and then sharing yours with them, and giving them an example perhaps, and doing that with a group of people, you're suggesting that would be just a good way to do it.
Yeah, can't hurt. If you're struggling,
okay.
You know, maybe somebody has an idea that, you know, they can throw at you and make you think differently.
Yeah, maybe what I should say is this. Now that I have my own life vision, that I've been working through it and living it, it's not enough that I'm living it and sharing it. I got to help other people do the same thing. And so what are the steps? And I'm thinking Coffee Connections is a great way to do that. And if you haven't got a Coffee Connections, I recommend you start with it. And I recommend you start with doing your life vision together. But maybe it should just be the value of installing systems and understanding, or just going through the workbook. The workbook is tremendous, and that can help you absolutely kickstart everything into your business. So maybe that's a great way to start. But when you have that life vision and share it and you connect with them, find out what they're really passionate about. You're not talking business. You're not talking what you sell. You're not talking what you build. You're talking life vision. And then we're talking about specific action steps. Are there any other questions that people have before we move on to great things of next month?
Yeah, since this is the last one, Kevin, of this, the last one in this year, I was wondering if people wanted to do a dimensional jump.
I would. Anyone else want to join us?
Do we just kick everybody else off then, Kevin? Because you know, if you're going in the space shuttle and you're making an atmospheric jump, and you know, you have one O-ring off. I mean, it can you can disintegrate. It can vaporize. So I'm a little nervous in just taking you because I don't want everybody else being vaporized.
Oh gosh, yeah. Okay, so maybe you should ask that again. Maybe I jumped on too quick and maybe I scared people. I'm sorry. I'm gonna wait. Go ahead and ask.
Does anyone want to go ahead and make a dimensional jump at the end of year 4 into year 5?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, so if you don't want to, just put it on pause for about, I don't know, 3-4 minutes, or mute, so you don't hear this because I don't want you being vaporized. So fair warning, I don't want to be vaporized. So, Kevin, the most painful experience in your life has been what?
Has been the death of my son.
Rosanna, the most painful event in your life has been what?
Losing 3 children.
And so that has tremendous force and power. Like how do you go on, with life when those things happen? And so you use that, it's the magic atomic ball principle. And so most people, when they have painful things happen in their life, they run away from it. They put it in a box. They don't address it. They don't embrace it. They don't realize that pain and hurt will always produce energy. We can't control that. It's not a choice. Like Kevin didn't have a choice. Rosanna didn't have a choice on that pain entering in their life. There was nothing they could have done to stop it, prevent it. That energy is going to be there regardless. Our choice is, what do we do with that energy? In my experience, everyone's had a most painful experience in their life. When they see people who have had more pain than they have had and have it transform their life forever, like they healed quickly or slowly and they figured out how to help other people heal quickly, it motivates and it inspires other people. And so both of you could help everyone else to envision their most painful experience. And then, like with Tanglewood, they have, 6,000 architects. Well, architects have pain. They have biggest challenges, what they love help with. And so if they went ahead and crafted on a box too, a story, asking a question and telling a story about how that hurt has come to healing and then to helping. So we go from hurt to healing to helping other people. Like the magic atomic ball principle that Alicia was talking about, where we take those things and we leverage those things. There could be hundreds or thousands of people that could attend the Mastermind seminar events. And so it's more than just business. It's more than just making more money and having more time. Yes, it does all of that, but it's much, much more significant than that. When we hear those stories of hurt, healing, and helping other people, that's going to motivate and inspire people and expand the reach of Mastermind seminars just beyond anything we could ever dream of. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yeah. What would be the first steps in taking that, and how can I help other people? By sharing my video, by sending it to them, and then with follow-up questions to invite them to ask, their pain. What would you
They
suggest?
don't realize, like, if you help Tanglewood to come up with asking a question and sharing, a story. So how do you blend death with business growth and opportunity? That's not the easiest thing in the world to do. And so there needs to be, and so can anybody think of somebody who is just a wizardess with words, who could take something and put it into magical words that would be an email that would be sent out to all of their architects, all of their community, all of their past and current clients, all their networks? Like, what would that be like? So it's being able to see the talents and the gifts that each individual has, and how do you put them together? So Alan and Nancy have been, invested, their a lifetime into building Tanglewood Conservatories, and they want that to go beyond them. So how do you take that, and then how do you take the 530 grid and you GT it, you golden triangle it? So you've got the targets, and then you develop and deliver a message. That message, there's a high statistical probability that message is the same message that I could use for my business and all the people I know, and that Ski could use, and that Kosovo could use, and that Ed and Lee out in Reno could use, and Mike and others in Houston could use. I mean, it's something where it's truly life-changing. Like when we say it's like an event you've never been part of before, people don't believe that. And so we need stories. We need a message that'll resonate with people and shake them at the very core and the essence of who they are, to say, you know what, it's worth it to check this thing out. Does that help, Kevin?
Yeah, it does.
Cool.
Absolutely, man. And thank you for sharing that. So do you think we actually took the dimensional jump or no?
Well, we'll know if we stay there, because we can move up a dimension, but we can have life's cares kind of get in the way, and we move up, and then we move back, and then we move up, and then we move back. So do we follow through on what we've heard today, or is it something we say, oh, that would have been a good thing to do, I should do that, or I will do that? We'll know based on what we do after today. Right.
We will. Well, I can't thank you enough, Mark. I appreciate that. I appreciate the insight to even think about making a dimensional jump from year 4 to year 5, but that's where we need to be. We have to be there. Year 5 is going to start just next month. It's really actually started now. Actually, it started 12 weeks ago. It started 15 weeks ago, but really intentionally before an event starts, it's really 12 weeks out where there has to be intentionality. And I will say, being part of the live events in Cincinnati and coming up here in March for Chicago, that's going to help that set up, and it's going to help Philadelphia in May of this year, and then June in Maryland, and then August in Nashville, and then November in Houston, and then February of next year in Salt Lake City, and then May in Denver and Boston, and we have Kosovo coming up. It's phenomenal, but we have to be intentional. We have to be intentional of making all these things happen. But it's no one person doing all the job. It's not 10%. It's not like your normal organization where 10% of the people do 90% of the work, or 20% of the people do 80% of the work, and then other people kind of get residual benefits. No, it's people all coming together, making it happen. So everybody has a little thing that they're doing, something that is little, but it's huge. The atomic ripple reaction, like what Alicia was saying and what Mark's been saying, is so key. It's the things that happen on the atomic level and even the subatomic level that make the big reaction. And that's how I know that what's going to happen come up. Hey, it's hard. It's not easy. When people aren't on board, when they don't understand their vision, they don't follow through with stuff. For a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Oh, now we're 6 weeks out. Now it's 4 weeks out. It's like, whoa, how did that happen? Well, guess what? Time moves on. And it can be as simple as starting with just a video, a 1-minute video to change your life. But March 15th to the 17th in Chicago will absolutely change your life forever. And what I'm going to recommend you doing is, the first step is to go to mastermind-seminars.org. Again, mastermind-seminars.org. When you get there, you're going to go to where you're seeing an upcoming live event in Chicago area, March 2018. Click Register Now. Click Register Now. Then you're going to see the workbook for the event. When you get the workbook, real simple, go ahead and print it out. Go to the copier, whatever you need to do. Put it in the reminder, and then start going through that with the Coffee Connections, and it's going to change your life. So I hope what happened today gives you not only an idea of what you need to do, what you want to do, what you can do in life, but how we can do it together and achieve so much more together than we ever could on our own. This is the end of year 4, but this is the beginning of the rest of our lives. And we want you to join us. We want you to be there in March 15th and 16th. There's a bonus session on the 17th, but go to mastermind-seminars.org, sign up, take a look at what's going on, and you'll see there's a trailer video, an opportunity to sign in. Pre-registration is $35, $70 at the door. Do it now. Just get it done, okay? Listen, you've lost more than $35. You've lost more than $70. You've made poor purchases. Face it, of $700, okay? Don't squander your life. Don't squander anything. You've been given a precious gift. Now find out why you're supposed to use it. Thanks for being with us. We will see you here live March 15th and 16th here in Chicago, and it will change your life because we were going to start now. Now we know if we have a great idea what our life vision is all about, we're going to understand at a higher level and a more intentional level the value of installing systems. Thank you so much. God bless and have an amazing day.
Wow. So what did you think? Did you feel like you're drinking out of a fire hose? A lot of information in a very short period of time. We get it. Don't worry if you don't pick it all up the first time, because each month you'll come back, you'll pick up more and more each and every month. The more we pick up and apply, the more money we'll earn as a result of attending this event, and the more time we'll have, the less stress we'll have, and the greater life balance we'll have in every area of life we value. Often people ask, what's next? Great question. Did you register yet that you attended? If not, do that immediately at www.mastermind-seminars.org/register. That's www.mastermind-seminars.org/register. And we will assist you in having strong follow-through with what you learn. There are some amazing follow-up resources that we will get over. There is no charge for any of these resources. Okay, so you've registered. Now what? If you haven't already done your complimentary 30-minute gift coaching session, then that is the place to start. Go to www.dnaforsuccess.com. Go to the top drop-down, examination, and then free 30-minute strategy session. Click on that. It will literally take you 3 minutes to complete that, and then someone from Legacy Partners and Mastermind Seminars will call you and give you your 30-minute strategy session. Again, there's no cost. It's a gift from every one of us to you. Go into that 30-minute strategy session expecting that your business and life will be changed forever, because it has so for so many people. Again, go to www.dnaforsuccess.com. Go to the top drop-down examination, and then free 30-minute strategy session. Once you complete that, there are so many different possible solutions to assist you in overcoming the biggest challenge you're currently facing, and how to help you develop your very own BOS, the engine which runs your business. There are weekly live mastermind calls, coffee connections you can attend at no cost. There are online courses, group coaching, media solutions, and even one-on-one coaching which can be provided to you depending on your specific needs and overall goals. Please do not leave today without committing to meeting with at least 2 other people, either over coffee or over the phone, at a minimum once a week, to follow through on all the amazing information, ideas, tools, systems, and great people, both locally and then around the world, through Mastermind Seminars and Legacy Partners. One side note, because there is no charge to attend, participate, and gain massive benefit from Mastermind Seminars, individuals often wonder, how do these amazing events are funded? Well, they are actually funded by generous individuals just like you who give financially weekly through Coffee Connection contributions or monthly through Mastermind Seminars. Your generous contribution to Life Masteries Institute, which is an IRS-approved 501c3 nonprofit organization, not only enables the events, tools, and networks to be developed and given to you and others, but also a portion of your gift goes to many great causes. When we give generously in a financial way, we gain financially as well. No gift is too small. Even giving $5 a week or even a month will make a big difference. To give, go to www.mastermind-seminars.org/pay-it-forward. That's www.mastermind-seminars.org/pay-it-forward. Here is what others have found. In just getting started with my company, I didn't feel I could give anything. Even $5 a month was a sacrifice. I decided to do that, and as soon as I started to give financially, I became more focused on turning what I was learning into financial gain for me personally, and it worked. I'm now contributing a little more and will continue to increase my giving as my business and income grows. Adam, a new entrepreneur. We have given over $45,000 because we know it's the right thing to do. Yes, we do give of our personal and company resources, time and talents, but we also know how important it is to give financially as well. We have found that when we give financially, we become more focused on turning our involvement into sales and financial success. It seems that those who do not give financially, they often do not gain financial benefit. The entire Mastermind seminar experience has done more for building a successful culture through our entire company than hundreds of thousands of dollars in consultants, seminars, and workshops. We've accomplished more in a couple of years than the 20-plus years prior. Any individual, any company, any organization which does buy in and get their entire company involved is, how do I best say it, missing out on a chance of a lifetime. Alan Stein and Nancy Virts, owners, www.tanglewoodconservatories.com. I give financially weekly, and my business has more than doubled. Ginger Ann Collins, owner EVA, Executive Virtual Assistant, and Executive Coach. www.dnaforsuccess.com/implementation/E-VAS. The more I give financially, the more I receive financially. Ann Wayman, Dream Giver, Ghostwriter, www.annwayman.com. I was looking for additional income streams, and by giving financially, it's opened so many doors for me. So many opportunities become available when we are financially generous. Ed Noel, mortgage professional, owner, leadership, and team building coach. It was really tough for us to give anything, as we had invested so much into our business. But we decided to start out with $25 a month. We didn't think of it as a very big gift, but the truth is, it was a lot for us when we started. And the doors that financial gift has opened for us are huge. We will be giving a portion of what we generate in our business back to Life Masteries Institute and pay it forward to help others around the world gain financial freedom. Steve and Avalinda Casey, owner, real estate investing, speaker, and author. Being a part of Mastermind seminars over the last 3 years has changed the way I think about every area of life. When we give financially, we not only support what is given to us, but we assist others in our community and around the world. Be generous. Kevin King, helping people save money on health insurance. My business has benefited so much from the Mastermind seminars and coffee connections. It's the right thing to give back weekly financially. Jonathan Sparrow, owner, web technology, www.themvpnetwork.org. If you have any questions, thoughts, or ideas from today, please connect with the individual who invited you to attend or your MC, host, or you can even call toll-free 888-230-2300. That's 888-230-2300, or the U.S. base number is 630-393-9909. That's 630-393-9909. Always remember, we can accomplish far more together than we ever could on our own. So think of 3 other individuals you believe would benefit from what we shared and invite them to your Mastermind conference call, coffee connection, and next month's Mastermind seminar event. Have an amazing day and life.